Hello, as most of you know, I'm David, and this is Liz.
And this is Cora.
A lot's been going on in our lives the past couple weeks, and so I wanted to take a second to get in front of you a little bit and share what God's been doing in our lives, as well as introduce you, of course, to our new daughter.
Cora was born on November 14th at 3:51 in the afternoon. She weighed 7 pounds and 9 ounces, and she was 20 inches long. We had a very quick delivery. Everything went perfectly well with the doctors, and we were so thankful that Cora was born safely and healthy. All the doctors have said that she is just the perfect baby. And
it's really been unreal to think about that. There's no returning her at this point. There's no, this is it. This is the real deal. No one's going to come and take her away. She's with us for the long haul. So we adore her, and it's been so great to begin to get a feel for our role as parents and seeing the beauty that God has for that role. And she's definitely already brought a lot of joy into our house and our family. So we're just very, very thankful for her, and as Liz said, just thankful that the whole process was so smooth with the delivery, and she really has been a great baby so far. And with all the craziness going on in our lives, I realize I haven't been very good at giving updates on ministry and what else is going on in our lives, so I wanted to cover that a little bit too in this video. Another big change has been our house. That God has, after a year of searching for the right house, God landed the perfect house right into our laps, and it was literally right across the street from the apartment that we've been living in for 3 years. So that was so God. That's the best way to put it. It's a great house. We've I've been trying to grow my handyman skills a little bit, and it's been challenging in some ways, but it's just the perfect place for us and for us to start our family in. And so we've been very grateful for that, and know that this is just part of God's plan for us as far as providing us roots in Winston-Salem. So that's been a great joy for us. As far as ministry goes, 2012 has been a terrific year for us starting to do more of our own things. Up until this year, we've really been going along with other missionaries to their events and been getting to learn from them. And this year we were actually able to host a lot of our own events. One of the biggest ones was the Fall Awana Ministry Conference. We had over 60 leaders attend and heard great reviews just on how much they were challenged and encouraged in their roles as Awana leaders in their churches. So it was the first conference here in well over 10 years, and so hopefully this will be something that will continue to grow. We've already got a plan for the same host church next year, and know that we'll have an even greater turnout for that. We've also been putting together events for the kids, outreach opportunities through what are called Awana Games and Sparks-A-Rama. And what those are, we have churches that have Awana clubs, and they bring their kids to these games events, and there's a gospel message to share with the families of these kids. We don't know if these families have ever been to an Awana club or been to a church as a whole, and so these events are fun for the kids and also a great way to share the gospel. So we had one of those events with 6 churches represented just north of Winston-Salem, and so we're going to have that one again in 2013, and we're also adding another location closer to Greensboro. So we'll be doing 2 of those that we're going to be kind of overseeing. So just thankful that the churches are interested in that opportunity, and that we have awesome volunteers to help staff all those events. We've been blessed with a growing group of Awana calls it ministry team members, people who just want to help out and do whatever they can do to help make these events a success. So conference and Awana Games, Sparks-A-Rama, those, we wouldn't be able to do those without our ministry team. Another it's been a learning experience is that North Carolina is helping pilot a new training for churches that are just starting Awana. And that probably sounds a little boring, but it's really been a great joy to be a part of that and see these churches come to this new training and take home so much information in a short amount of time. But they are so ready to go back to their churches, not just with a fire for starting Awana, but a fire for evangelism and ministry, and seeing boys and girls and their families come to know, love, and serve Jesus Christ. So this training has been we've been hearing feedback from the churches that have been attending these trainings, and a couple of one story that's been reiterated in a couple different fashions to me is similar to the one that Debbie told me. She attended the training here in Winston-Salem that Liz and I hosted, and what she shared the story of this little Sparky, kindergarten through second grader, who had never been to their church before and heard about Awana, started attending, and accepted Christ within 2 weeks of attending Awana at their church. And since then, the entire family had not had any contact with this church before, and now the entire family is attending this church and experiencing God and His love on a weekly basis. And Awana was a big part in getting this family involved, and that's just one story. We helped train 22 churches with this new training back in August, and so that's just one example of how God's using Awana clubs in North Carolina to continue to reach out with these boys and girls with the gospel. We're in the Bible Belt, and it's easy to think that we're just surrounded by Christians, but it's so important that we evangelize and reach out to the families in our neighborhood, because there's so many that aren't believers, and so it's good to see Awana making a difference in that way.
Oh.
Cora says, I want some FaceTime too. Talk more about me. Who cares about all this Awana stuff? So, but thank you so much. I know I mention it in all my updates, and I hope it doesn't just wash over you, but please know that you, not just by watching this video, but through your prayers, and in many cases your financial gifts, are making a difference in our ministry. And we are so blessed to be Awana missionaries here in Winston-Salem. And so I hope that God will bless you as you've been a blessing to us. And hope that you have on behalf of Cora, Liz, and myself, hope you have a very Merry Christmas. God bless. Thanks so much.
Merry Christmas.